What's happening, Bulls? Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. We're out here in the bush. A little bit of change of scenery for me. And we've got a fella also out in the bush with questionable morals, but playing some nice music. Probably needs some friends, but that's not why we're with him right now. We're checking out crypto. We'll go into Telegram. We'll do some stuff. We'll do some good analysis, and then we'll do some great analysis over in the members channel. We'll flick through when things start getting juicy. But first, let's go through some of the past week in crypto, what we've talked about, what we've looked at. We will just zip back to what even is the date. Like I've said before, it's crypto time. So 1 week feels like a year. So much happens, as you can see by the amount of posts that we post. Probably here. Jack Mallers, if you haven't heard of him, extremely fluent, very good off the dome with what comes out of his gob. Good for a chat. If you see any content by him, you're probably going to enjoy it, because I usually do. He's smart, and he sometimes goes on CNBC, like the Squawk Box or different panels, and just wrecks them. Basically wrecks them. They don't get what they're looking for when they're talking to him about Bitcoin, because he's got all the answers. Very good. When you're prepared for the Bitcoin bull run swarm of newbie questions, it's just standard. You might get this from people that have been hurt before. I know I do a lot. Or people that are a certain type of altcoin maxi, people that love a certain altcoin and they don't like Bitcoin or whatever. They don't want the whole industry to succeed. They just want the one altcoin to succeed, or just typical boomers that can't get their head around new forms of investment. So what do we got here? Where do I buy? That's an easy question. Where do I buy? What's an easy on-ramp? I know CoinSpot's an easy on-ramp for Australians. Still, wasted electricity. You see what Texas is doing. They are mining Bitcoin. It's MySpace. Maybe that means it's old. Too slow. Okay, so this is probably these altcoiners that don't like Bitcoin. Too slow. Depends on what you think it's used for, I suppose. That's an opinion. High fees. Store of value. Have you tried to buy and sell gold? That's also high fees. Intrinsic value. Try your own asset that you don't need anyone or anything else for. Too volatile. As an asset matures, the volatility decreases. Everybody knows that. I bet your gold was volatile when it first hit the market. Backed by nothing. Backed by nothing other than backed by nothing other than everything. Pure energy is what Bitcoin is. It's backed by, well, what's the dollar backed by? Nothing. So obviously you get people saying to you things like, where's the value in Bitcoin? And then you say, oh, where's the value in the dollar? And then people say, oh, well, I can buy milk with the dollar. I say, oh, well, I can buy milk with Bitcoin, but you're missing the point. Why would I want to spend my Bitcoin on milk? What is the use case of Bitcoin? The use case of Bitcoin is being able to take your money or take your value anywhere in the world, or send it anywhere in the world with answering to nobody in the process. That is a strong value, and it is backed by that use case plus many others. Government will ban it. Well, like, they better hurry. They better hurry. It's a bubble, is it? Every fucking asset is basically in a bubble, because the dollar is going down so fast. Everything's going up, if you haven't noticed. So tell your friend that the price of the house is actually also in a bubble. Everything's in a bubble. So, and they haven't even seen the bubble yet, by the way. Like, watch, if they're calling it a bubble now, watch what happens when this thing hits 6 digits. Altcoin updates are steezy, filling us up and filling us in all the good ways with what's going on in the altcoin space and the altcoin top 100. So just keeping it real, so you don't even have to check CoinGecko. Don't worry about that. Look at this. You're getting it straight from Steezy's mouth, and that man is plugged in. Top is in. You know, we don't like a top timer, especially in in either market. Bull market, top timer; bear market, bottom timer. You're just going to be wrong so often. You're going to have an epiphany at some point where you're just thinking, man, I've been wrong so many times. Every time that I thought the top was in, it wasn't. Because understand, as price continually makes in a bull run or an uptrend, as price continually makes new highs, somebody's saying that the top's in and somebody's wrong. So let's just say over the course of, flick over to Just flick over to Bitcoin real quick. Just Bitcoin chart. Think of it like this. Top, 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 top. Like this, swing high, swing high, swing high. Even these lower highs, people call them for the top. You're just wrong. Maybe you're right once at the end when you've got no money left. Why would you bother? Just don't time the top. Nobody knows when the top's going to be in. Because nobody knows how many people are going to buy Bitcoin and how large an uptrend's going to go. This goes for all uptrends, and it's the same for the downtrends. All these bottom timers got so wrecked. Do you remember all the people that were saying that there's going to be 13K, that they're going to say that there was going to be 11K, that, well, that's not even like that. They're bottom timers, the future looking bottom timers, but on the downtrend, sorry, I was just thinking about basically the idiots that were bottom timing, projecting the bottom like down here, bottom time, the bottoms in, and they're the same people that called. This is what I meant to say, is that when we were down here at the bottom, they're the same people that were probably calling in for lower prices. It's just ridiculous. You just got to ride the trend, and when you've been proven that the top is in, or proven that the bottom is in, for example, something like this, full change in market structure. I'll just bring it in a little closer so we can see something like. So what we had here at the bottom was news failures. There was negative news, and it was failing. It was not sending the price any lower. We had a massive volatility contraction right here at the bottom. If you remember, excuse this messy chart. This is stuff that I was going to show you in the members video, but down here, we'll just scoot over for conversation's sake. You can see the bottom right here. Massive string of green candles, clearly, but on majority of time frames, when this BBWP loads, we had an extreme contraction of volatility right here, which is massively bullish when volatility contracts at a higher low. So volatility was contracted. Where the fuck is that? Ooh. Alright. As you can see right there, blue bars on a daily chart, blue bars on other time frame charts, 2 days, 12 hours, you can check. This is massively bullish signal. So once you start seeing something like that, higher low, bit of a bump and run, huge volatility contraction, and then you've got to change your market structure. Look at this high, completely taken out. Things are different now. The sweep of the low shakes everyone out. Doesn't last more than a couple of days. Completely engulfed. Things are different. Clearly here, we're in an uptrend now. If you don't think that we're in an uptrend by here, you've lost your fucking mind. We need the opposite of that, basically, to think that we're in a downtrend. Things like this, ultimate bull traps, all-time high breaks, candles closes below, back below, engulfing candles that close below the range. If you don't think that you're in a bear market by here, you've also equally lost your marbles. Just a little off topic there. We'll go into current price action soon, but you know, we're just chatting. What else are we talking about? Oh yes, over here in the members section, we have 37 free ebooks so far. I'm going to bring out and be posting a fair few more because there's been some people asking for them, which is awesome because how good are they? You can read them in your bedroom, you can read them in your lunchroom, you can print them out into a book. It'll be cheaper than buying the actual book. Go to Officeworks, print them out in the book as a book. You could probably even, if you've got a software, I don't have any recommendations, I haven't tried to do it yet, but you could probably even find some software that reads you the ebook itself. Crypto market cap hits 2 trillion. Gold is 10 approximately. Ethereum has been dancing with 3K. Bit of swinging around in the bit of swinging around in the altcoin space, as you can see. Sam Bankman-Fried is just getting a train ran on him by some big beefy boys. Karma, he probably lost their money. People are getting paid out by Celsius too, by the way. If you haven't made a Coinbase account to get the gains, if you lost any money on Celsius, apparently 79% cash back. Bitcoin hits all-time highs in 15 countries. Why is that, you're wondering? Because the native currencies, as you can see by the native currency flashing right there, the native currencies are going to shit. They're being printed away. Sorry about the sniffles. I've got the sniffles at the moment. The native currency is just going to absolute shit. You see Japan in there. Japan don't change the interest rates. That is why Bitcoin has reached all-time highs in the Japanese yen. So these are all countries that have shit native currencies. Like Argentina, you've seen flick there. That's why Bitcoin's, and not just Bitcoin, but most assets that we're making, like most assets that are performing well right now will be making all-time highs in those countries because of the denominator. Good podcast. I'm about halfway through it myself. Just listen and tweet before I go to sleep. Bill Ackman is a relatively interesting individual. He's had the part that I just listened to, he had a $4 billion loss. He was talking about it. That's insanity. But mainly you just get some nice fundamental principles from him. Uniswap discusses protocol fee distribution to uni staking addresses. Man, what a pump. Respect that pump. Skyrocketed by more than 40%. So staking Uniswap, you know that Uniswap makes a lot of money in fees, and if you stake it, you can potentially gain. I believe this will eventually happen. So as a price finds a base, we may enter. As you can see, there wasn't really much of a run up. This was it was most likely bots that did this. They just cracked on straight away, or insiders. So you can't see much price action. Like if the price was just slowly green candling, building up, buying up all the supply, and then it rocketed, then we may have had a bit of warning that this was going to happen. But you can see the 1 hour chart there. It happened within 1 hour. Pepe doing chin-ups. Steezy talking about Nvidia stock balloons further. As long as companies want more chips and the world's going more digital, it's going to be fucking hard to slow Nvidia down. It's madness. It's turning into the world's strongest company ever. Flick over to the members news and alpha. We've had a couple of things, a couple of chats, a couple of interesting stuff shared. Talking about Pixel debuts, potentially the next Axie Infinity. A lot of people, including myself, are starting to believe this may be a potential truth because of the sheer amount of players. A lot of players, a lot of people. Do you remember Axie Infinity? Do you remember how much that ran up? Holy shit. Axie Infinity was an absolute game stud. It was a changer. It was a big dog. Steezy gagging me about Dogecoin. New daily transactions of Doge surpasses the 1 million mark. I can't imagine. So daily transactions of Dogecoin. Daily transactions of Dogecoin. So surpass the 1 million mark. So not $1 million, 1 million transactions. So 1 million individual transactions. Like who's transacting Doge? It's fucking crazy. I don't know where that's coming from, but yes, bullish. I said peep TRX and OKB weekly charts. So TRX and OKB. Just want to show you this. TRX and OKB. Look at this shit. Tron's been around since 2018, as you can see. Find me a more bullish chart for a coin that's been around since 2018. That's hard. That is insane. That is insane. They do not print. Look at that shit. This is futures. So the last one was market cap. This is price on the futures. So same, showing that they barely print any new coins, and the demand just gets soaked up. OKB is the other one that I wanted to talk about. OKB against this. Oh wait, here's another one. Here's something that's even more bullish. OKX exchange has a native coin, and they're doing everything right. Look at that. If you've held this since 2018 at $1, you've done a 50x, and you've barely been shaken out. Barely been shaken out. If you bought it, yeah. I have bought and sold this a few times, but keyword sold. Like, this is a sort of coin where, and I'll do a bit of homework on this, what the latest is, but OKB staking. So just long-term hold it like a blue chip stock, because catch the moving averages. Catch the moving averages on OKB. Like, this is some suspicious price activity right here, basically. So don't use leverage. Spot bags only. Spot bags only. But that's fucked up. That wick right there. That has basically just killed everybody that used any leverage. It's over a 50% dump. So basically everybody. But what a strong exchange coin. If you want some exchange exposure, some centralized exchange exposure. So not highly recommending that. But this is the recent homework, is for me to look more into OKB for some long-term exposure. I don't mind this guy, and because he's actually clearly a Bitcoin holder by the way he pisses off his colleagues. Trump's getting around Bitcoin. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Loads. Not the best reception out here. You can watch it in the News and Alpha channel. But basically, Trump's saying that he can live with Bitcoin. The dollar's the best. He loves the dollar, but he will happily coexist with Bitcoin. For Bitcoin price right now, we'll just talk a little bit about it, and then we'll flick over to a little members video and talk more. And we'll explain this chart a bit more in the members video. But weekly, excuse me, weekly chart. If you think there's a lot going on this chart, there's not really. This is just how an analyst needs the tools to be set out. Just to start, before we flick over to the members channel, just want to say, just keep the vision steady from the 24th of October, 2023. Can't even see the bottom, can you? Anyways, I'll fix that up for the members one. But from the 24th of October, 2023, this shit has just gone up. Deviated, scared everybody. Back on track. See this green arrow? November, December, January, February. 4 months of just following this arrow. Why stop now? I'll see you over on the members channel. We'll talk better there. Thanks for listening if you've hung around this long. And if you are not in the free Telegram chat channel, the link's in the bio. I'll see you there.